Hi, this is Abe Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Housewives Tea. Like I said in my last video, I was going to talk about Housewives Tea Part 2. And it was going to mostly be about Roha and Keyna Moore and stuff like that. So what had happened, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, that they were filming the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they was talking about Keyna Moore grand open of her hair care salon, and they were showing all kind of pictures over the internet and everything. And then about 2 or 3 days later, they were saying some incident had broke out at Keyna Moore's hair salon opening event, and it was saying something about one of the newbies, Brittany Eddy, was joking around and was saying something about allegedly about bang bang pop pop, or threatening, I guess, to shoot Keyna or whatever. And then come to find out she left Kenya's event, and then videos and stuff surfaced around about Keyna putting out revenge P, and then somebody put up a clip or a video showing Keyna saying that she know the girl knows she had a whole lot of struggles, and she was struggling to get that salon fixed up and stuff like that, and she told the girl some stuff. And then somebody put up a poster of where Keyna said she was a fraud because she's supposed to be some kind of insurance agent or insurance adjuster and stuff like that. And then they didn't show any picture, but then an audio surfaced where sounded like they was at the event, and sounded like Portia was saying, "Is that a blank?" And then next thing you know, it was reported allegedly by ATL Linian about a week ago, saying that Keyna was suspended. A little bug flying around. Said Keyna was suspended, and then some people say, well, yeah, she was suspended allegedly. And then about maybe a week later, all the other blogs started picking up and said, yeah, Keyna was suspended. Keyna was suspended. And some people didn't like that about Keyna being suspended. And then next thing you know, Keyna got on IG Live and said, don't believe everything you see, and you don't believe everything you see and you hear. I will be vindicated. And next thing you know, Drew jumped in her live and supported her, also Shamia and Portia. And she was saying that she thanked them for supporting her, and she said the truth will come out in the end. And then after that, it was kind of quiet, and then ATL Linian came on her channel and said that Keyna was suspended indefinitely. And I said, well, Keyna didn't say that. Bravo didn't say that. I said, I don't know what's going on. Then a lot of fans were saying it was going too long, taking too long for an investigation, And fast forward to the weekend, and Kandi was on a podcast with she was on a podcast with this former rapper that used to be on Love and Hip Hop. These nets and stuff, bugs and stuff. Anyway, it was Young Jock. That's what it was, Young Jock's podcast, and he's been on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for years. And so they got to accent about the show, and they said, aren't you glad you're not on a show with all this drama going on for Keyna being suspended? And Kandi said no, she didn't like the fact that Keyna was suspended. Kandi said a lot of housewives do a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think they would do, and when they would seem unwise to do. And she said people make mistakes. She said, but why is there a different rule for certain people? She said, who set up the rules? Who set up the rules? And then so she said she don't know. But she said she didn't like that. and people were saying Kandi was getting backlash for that, which Kandi did, because some people were looking at she blocked Phaedra's bag for a whole 2 years because of that lie that Phaedra told about her allegedly doing something with Portia and other people, the R word. And so, and then like I said on my Twitter account, I couldn't blame some of the people who were saying that, and then the people who were Nene fans were saying, well, when Nene was having that problem with Bravo, Kenya was saying Nene shouldn't have sued and Nene shouldn't have did that. But now if the tables are turned, she want to try to sue the people who put the pictures out and all that kind of stuff. And so I was saying everybody has a point. Kandi has a point, Kenya has a point, but I do agree with some of those people because if you think about it, the stuff that Kandi had going on with Drew last year, trying to make like Drew was on the down low as far as being with her sexuality and all that kind of stuff, and you know, it was like at the end of the reunion, that's when he found out, you know, that stuff didn't happen, that you know, that Latoya and Drew was not in no relationship or did no kissing and all that kind of stuff. So it's like with certain housewives, especially with the black ones, you know, they do one thing wrong, and like a lot of people say, Bravo and this morality stuff, they didn't suspend Teresa when she threw that chair over, and then they just had a thing when they showed the episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey from Sunday, where these two were Jennifer Aiden and Danielle Cabrera were fighting. They got suspended, but like a lot of people say, they might keep their job. But then again, Bravo's saying they're gonna do a reboot. But anyway, back to Atlanta. I was just so taken aback when I saw that yesterday on Twitter, where Kenya will no longer be on season 16. I said, what happened? And then Kenya came out later on and said that it was amicable. It was her and True Original on NBC. They decided that she could take a break from the show, take a pause. And we already know what take a break and take a pause mean until they get ready to do it. And then some people were saying they were not going to watch the show if Kenya was not on there because Portia and Drew can't handle the show. And I was saying, ain't this a blip? I was saying, and I wrote on my Twitter page that Drew held that show down for 2 years along with Kandi and Kenya on the show. So it's not like Drew can't hold the show, because she held the show for 2 years, and Kenya and Kandi was on there, and Kenya really didn't have a storyline last year until she had that friendship with Drew, because for the last 2 years, her storyline was her in Brooklyn and her trying to make that shop. I mean, trying to build that spa. And so, really and truly, the last 2 years, Kenya didn't have a story. But I think when Bravo realized that it was not going to be Kenya and Portia going at it, they were mostly going to be friends, because Kenya had took up for Portia when Portia had that drama going with Simon. But I just hate that Kenya had to lose her job like that because of some new woman. I'm going out of the camera. Because of some new woman allegations and stuff. But like a lot of people are saying, the stuff was already on the internet. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know what goes on. But they were saying, if you use somebody likeness and stuff without them telling them, and they got, even if it is on the internet. So I don't know, but some people saying that Bravo and Universal was saying that Kenya broke their code of conduct, and I was saying if that's the case, they should have got rid of Teresa Giudice. They should have got rid of a whole lot of people, and they only got rid of that Ramona Singer woman after Ebony filed a lawsuit, because that woman had been getting away with stuff for years. and stuff, and people were trying to at first blame her. But anyway, back to Atlanta. And like I said, I hate that happened to Kenya. Drew had took some pictures before this happened, and she looked good taking her pictures and stuff. But like I said, most of this one is about Kenya, and I hate that happened to Kenya. But like I said, Kenya was doing stuff before Bravo. She'll be doing stuff after Bravo. But like I said, they're gonna have to do something, because now, like people were saying, who would have thought Drew would have been the last one standing? And I said, yeah, because a whole lot of people thought Drew was going to be the first one to go. She wasn't going to be on season 16, but yeah, Drew is the last one standing. That's all I have for this video. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.